Hi everyone, it's Kim at Good Vibe Astrology, and today I want to give you a brief tutorial on calculating the part of fortune. We're going to learn this so that you can get a real handle on what energies are actually combined when we create this most interesting and useful Arabic part of fortune. You'll also hear it called the pars fortuna, or the par of fortune, the lot of fortune, or simply fortuna. It's all the same thing, and it's a combination of the ascendant, sun, and moon. There's a little bit of controversy on whether to use the daytime part of fortune, which is the air quote standard part of fortune, or if you have a nighttime birth, use the nighttime part of fortune, which is a slightly different calculation. Ptolemy was translated as saying the daytime part of fortune worked well for everyone. And that might have been a mistranslation, they're wondering. So if you are a nighttime birth, if your sun is below the horizon, anywhere from the first house to the seventh house cusp, if your sun's down there, you're going to maybe want to trial both and see which has the most significance to you. Okay, so here is how we do it. To calculate the part of fortune daytime or standard, we are going to take the ascendant plus the moon and subtract the sun. For the nighttime part of fortune, we're going to take the ascendant, add the sun, and subtract the moon. To do this, we simply translate the degrees of the zodiac into one of the 360 degrees of the circle. We can see very quickly here I have a diagram. There are 30 degrees in each sign. We start with 0 degrees Aries, and so Taurus begins at 30 degrees of the circle, Gemini begins at 60 degrees, Cancer at 90, Leo at 120, and so forth. So we can take our Gemini ascendant, which is 4 degrees 23, and translate that into 64 degrees 23 minutes of the circle. All right, so let's just jot this down. So you get a blank piece of paper. The ascendant is Gemini, so we have 64 degrees 0.23. The sun here in the chart, you can read easily. Virgo, 19 degrees 41. Let's just check. So Virgo we know is 150 degrees into the circle, so the sun is going to be 169.41. The moon is in Capricorn, so let's have a quick look here. We know that Capricorn starts at 270 and it's 15 degrees, so we have 285.46. Okay, with this information, we're ready to do our calculations. First, let's calculate the part of fortune for a nighttime birth, which is what we have. And so we're going to take the ascendant, that's 64.23, and we're going to add the sun, and that is going to equal 233.69. Okay, we want to minus the moon, and right away we have a problem. We're going to end up in minus land because 285 is going to be tricky to take away from 233. Of course, it can be done, but what we're going to do to make it super easy is we're going to first add an entire zodiac, 360 degrees, an entire circle, to our 233.69. This is puts us right back where we started with enough juice to subtract that larger number. So that puts us up to 593.65. It's 593.65, which is much easier to subtract the moon at 285.46. And we do that, and we get a lovely 308.19. Now, do we remember that Aquarius begins at 300? I'll just show you on here so we can be reminded that Aquarius starts at 300. So, of course, this translates to 8 degrees 19. If we look over here at the computer calculation, we indeed have 8 degrees. Well, it's 18.3 because we weren't adding the seconds. But trust me, if you get 8 degrees, you're well and truly happily in the ballpark. 8 degrees 19. Okay, let's just flip that over and do it for the standard and see what we come up with. We're going to add the 6423 ascendant to the moon this time. So we're adding the bigger number, 285.46. And we find that that is going to equal 349. Okay, that number we can easily now minus, we don't have to add the zodiac into that, we can minus and come up with, it's looking very much like a 0 degree Aries point here at 180.28, which, if we remember half the zodiac, 180, that's going to be Libra, the 7th sign of the zodiac. Okay, we've got our 180 Libra. So we are indeed at 0 degrees of Libra, 28. This would be the standard part of fortune, and I recommend we play with both of these. You can plot in your chart. Let's put these down and have a look at the chart. The part of fortune symbol is the circle with the cross. You can go ahead and plot another one here if you wanted to, and just watch and see what transits to the part of fortune or aspects to the part of fortune might indicate. Especially when you've got one coming up on the 0 degree Aries point, one of the cardinal signs, is kind of exciting. I'd hang on to that part of fortune and watch if it works or not. Some of the things that the part of fortune represents traditionally is actually fortune. It's your wealth, it's your money, it's your abundance, it's the health and well-being of the body. And think about what you're combining, the ascendant and moon, which are related very strongly to the physicality, and the sun, which is our success in our endeavors, how we shine in the world. So our vitality and economy can be, our whole financial situation can be indicated in a certain way by that part of fortune. Going to the part of fortune, activating it, can help in our physical well-being and our feeling of abundance, whatever that means to us. Jung thought the part of fortune was very much about joy, a core value of a feeling of joy and abundance. And let's face it, that's kind of what a healthy body and a healthy bank account can be a representation of. All right, that short tutorial turned out a little bit longer than I planned, but now you know how to calculate your day or night part of fortune, and try it and see what you come up with.